So bring it on, fresh, fervent, fevered, how it always was and how it always will be. Feel it, this is where it starts. Whatever your ambitions, a good beginning is the perfect way to get things underway. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special.
Andrei Shevchenko, Peter, is a player who can hurt you in so many different ways.
Striking all-rounder.
Yeah, he's got the pace to get in behind, he's got the power, he's got the aerial ability, the versatility, the work rate, he's got it all.
One of the greatest strikers of all time, surely.
Very true.
And the lineup's suggestion that it's going to be a 3-4-3 formation.
Well, Peter, in opting for this system, there's a confidence that stems from the manager and flows through his players. This is a team with courage to get on the ball and look to entertain with an abundance of goals. Plan B is for someone else. This team will stick to their plan A, and if it's not working, they'll persist until they get it right.
So it's away we go then. Now it's Mbappe. Played through into space. Doku in acres of space out wide. Well, clearly he didn't mean it that way, and he is as disappointed as anyone.
Yeah, it all looked so promising until unexpected sloppiness intervened.
Turns back here, probably the best option. They get a throw in. And he whips it in. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Well, good play on the left-hand side here. No way he was going to let him past. Gets into some space. Aimed in towards the centre. And the keeper beats it away. Shevchenko. It is early, but the game hasn't yet sparked into life. That's gone all the way through to the keeper. Just eases him off the ball. Quality ball. Gonzalez. Gabriel. And it's Makalele. Nuno Mendes. Here's Doku. And he's forced to go back.
Yeah, I've had a quick review of what we've seen so far, and I can confirm we're in a shot-free zone.
Vieira can see things others simply cannot. Makalele. And Akanji. And here's Shevchenko. Nicely spread. And it's Vieira. Doku. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And it's Camavinga. And that's been intercepted. Thinks about the shot. And he shoots! Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead.
Yeah, a fantastic run and a fantastic pass to play him in. Both needed to be timed to perfection, and they were.
Milan are in front now, the game's only goal.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
That's a nicely shaped ball. And they're not going to make any further progress now. That'll be a throw. Just coming up to the 30-minute mark. And here's Shevchenko. Out towards the flank. That's a delicate pass. Oh, good take in a good area. That is a brilliant interception. And he goes for a shot! Goal! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Milan are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Whistle's gone, that's foul. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Some good work on the right flank here. Shevchenko going about things with real menace. Now it's Mbappe. Vieira. Mbappe! Milan looking forward to the break after some very good work in the first 45 minutes. Mbappe. Mbappe! Loose. Oh, he's been caught napping. Shevchenko finds himself offside. That has ended up in no man's land. Gonzalez. Now, can they get him away? Crossed in early. Vieira. Now Fiore. Good running, strong and purposeful. And the first half is done. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Milan clearly have plenty of cause to be happy, Peter, but they'll need to resist the temptation to just sit on the lead second half. The opposition will be doing their utmost to try and get back into this, so they have to be alert.
Milan are heading into the break, very happy with how it's gone so far. Whistle goes, and we start the second half. Makalele does really well to win the ball there. Vieira, the man synonymous with solidity. Opts for safety. Nuno Mendes. He's gone forward. Now it's Doku. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Gonzalez. Turns back here, probably the best option. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Doku was only too happy to help out in defence.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Now it's Doku. Neither of these two want to come off second best. That's good vision. And that has been knocked clear. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Milan with this 2-goal lead, they're certainly looking much the more assured side. Strong running down that left flank. And he's whipped it across. And the keeper gets his hands on it.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
Chooses to go cross-field. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
He's found a way through. Could move up a gear here. Oh, super ball.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Mbappe being hounded, manhandled at times.
Yeah, as you'd expect, Peter, that defence ought to know when to step up or drop off, and they finally made the decision to get tighter.
Attenzione, una sostituzione.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, Peter, I don't think there's anything tactical or injury-related here. I think it's just all about the push for a goal now.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Threads one in. And he's gone looking for safety. Engages and forces him off the ball. It's a promising position. And that's been drilled in. Cleared without complication. And there's his chance to lead the counter. And it's Vieira. And here's Shevchenko. Tries to play it through. Vieira. Ball driven towards the far post. And that should get the job done.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 11.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact. They've played it short. Mbappe. Vieira is onto this. Real chance! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Defending of the desperate variety. He's shifting through the gears here. He's having a shot! It's bounced back off the post. Goes long and straight. Nicely weighted ball. Takes a shot! Just cruising! They are cruising! Pomp, panache and passion. This, a man full of it all. Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Well, at one stage he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
This is frightening football. He has increased defensive fear on the way to that hat-trick.
"3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Pass somewhat off target. Vieira. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Vieira. Great defending, strong and determined. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
It's an inviting-looking ball, that. And it's made its way to him. Stood up well to him there. Early ball out from the back. Camavinga, not the most accurate pass. Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. And that's another good win of the ball. Now it's Lewandowski. Now it's Mbappe. And the referee brings it to a close. Milan really have hit the heights. A tour de force that has left their opponents reeling. And that is what tends to happen when they do their thing. Mbappe, very much the hat-trick hero. What an extraordinary game he had. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it, and they did.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Well, I can tell you I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Udinese have clearly decided to go 5-4-1 today.
Well, it could be a disguise, Peter, for something else, and that five at the back can easily produce wing-backs. If that's the case, I think, you know, it might end up a three at times. Admittedly, though, if they do play deeper and in line with the centre-backs, then we can take it that they don't really want to give much away. That'll be foremost in their minds. But essentially, it depends on the two wide players in that defence. If they push on a little bit more, we could see something very different.
And we're underway.
Well, if you judge a striker by his goals, Ruud van Nistelrooy has to be held in the highest regard.
He is a goal-scoring phenomenon.
Yeah, a real master who, when you think of his work, doesn't appear to have a weakness. As poachers go, he's supreme.
Makalele did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Zanoli. Cucurella gets rid without sophistication.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Vieira. Milan finding their passes. And Van Nistelrooy!
He was berating his defence before making the save, and he's at it again now.
Camera. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up. It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
In with the challenge. And they've got a throw. Nico Williams. Turns back here, probably the best option. Akanji. First quarter of an hour gone. Solid defending, refused to be out-muscled. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. So it is still 0-0. Tries to pass it through. That is lovely. Played in. Oh, this looks sharp. And here's the chance to counter. Vieira conjures time and space where few can. Now it's Vinicius Junior.
Udinese really have found that they're getting more space out wide, and I can see now there's a lot of activity developing in that area, Peter.
Yeah, it's busy in there, isn't it?
Yeah, the wide players are doing their stuff and are grabbing the attention right now.
Nico Williams has it in a wide position. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Zanoli. Zanoli. Gives it back.
That's good pressing, it's really squeezing everything.
And it's lofted through here. He slings it in, and he's cut it out. And the shot! And it's a goal! And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Ha segnato al 36esimo minuto numero 9.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game. Milan certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Zanoli. Cucurella and Gabriel. Fiore, and it's Van Nistelrooy. Williams shoots! Zanoli. Eklenkamp. Kabasele. Distributed tidily. Zanoli. It's a good ball out wide. Has crossed into the middle. And that'll be the final action of the first half. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
That gets things going for the second half.
Milan really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Davis given the lift of his goal. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Ronaldinho. That's Vieira. And it's Vieira. Fiore. Below, that is pretty much the end of that. Ronaldinho. Here's Vieira. Makaleli. And here's Van Nistelrooy. They get a throw in. And he lines up a cross. Defending of the desperate variety. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. Kabasele. Now Zanoli. Still chasing the game, trailing by one. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Threads one in. He's having a shot! Oh, it's come off the upright. And he's there to get it away. Gabriel. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Eklenkamp. Your impression so far, Jim?
Milan are very much in the game and matching the opposition for chances.
Eklenkamp. Gets into some space. Delivers the ball. Vieira. And Gabriel. Makaleli. And it's Van Nistelrooy. Fiore. Probing pass. Expertly cut out, really nicely done.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Eklenkamp. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Zanoli. Eklenkamp. Kamara. That's a good foot in there. Fiore. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Out to the left it goes. Brilliantly cut out.
Milan really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Zanoli.
You have to expect that from everyone now.
Looking for options for movement.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Cleared away. And that should get the job done. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Milan are in a tearing hurry to save themselves here.
Well, it's looking like too little too late, but they are giving it all they have.
Zanoli. Just 5 minutes remaining now. That's a little off target. And it's Van Nistelrooy. Great defending, strong and determined. So this is it. We're on the verge of witnessing a major shock. He's in plenty of space here. And that's the keeper's ball.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
And time is up. So in the end, one goal did it. An exciting encounter where both sides produced a genuine effort to go on and win it, but neither was able to add to the scoreline in the end. Your final thoughts, Jim?
That's a fairly demoralising loss. They hardly threatened, and this was about as insipid as it comes.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening.